Brandon here today from Build to Rent Investing and Financial Talk. Thought I'd bring up a subject that I've been thinking about and took some notes down that I believe the Build to Rent model solves and helps with 4 different goals that investors have that you're trying to solve. So stay with me here as we nail financial freedom one build at a time. Want to get together with you now and talk about the 4 different goals that Build to Rent can solve. So goal number 1, as I reference my notes, number 1 is cash flow. As you're looking for properties, I've been able to find properties, and I believe you can too, that you can build them and using the metric of the 1% rule. So you're looking for projects, for an example, if you're looking to build a single family home and you're looking at rents in that $2,100 to $2,500, you're able to build it at $210,000 or $240,000 all in. I believe Build to Rent solves this, and I've been able to build homes at 1% or better as I'm building these out. And also the second thing is being able to build, and I would give a general rule. If you can build at 120 to 130,000, I heard another YouTuber say up to 135. This recent build, I will be slightly under the $120 a square foot. And that's $120 of the under roof. That includes the garage and the porches. At $120 to $130 is what I've been able to do. As you look in the past of my previous videos, I'm doing a series, and I've got 2 more parts to this series of where I'm building it out, and I'm giving you a lot of the financials throughout the build. Same thing for a multifamily. As you're looking, can you build that multifamily at 1% or better? Number 2, what I like that it solves with investing is getting forced equity. A lot of the conversation in the past, say 10 years, has been the Burr method. And I would say this maybe is the Burr 2.0 with that small-time investor, is getting that forced equity as you're building it out. Most of the builds that I've been able to do, and I could say, if you get the right builder that will partner with you, and I would say a builder that's building maybe 5 to 10 homes, you're looking at a builder doing a cost-plus model. Typical rates right now, you're looking at 12 up to 18. Maybe you can get it even lower, but 12 to 18%. Getting forced equity of 15 up to 25% is what I've been able to do with every build. So you're getting that forced equity. And what that helps solve is not having to put as much down. And what we as investors are doing is trying to maximize our cash flow. And all of these should cash flow. You want to create these metrics and underwrite it to making sure that it cash flows. And I'm talking minimum, you're looking at trying to get $200 a door, but most important is your cash on cash return, your return on capital. I've been able to build all of these. My average cash on cash return has been over 20%, and I think the Build to Rent model can give you in excess of 10% built right with the right builder, and you're able to put less down. If it appraises at 20, the minimum you have to put down is 5% to get to that 75% loan to value. What I'm choosing to do is still put 10% down. I'm appraising with 20% equity, and I'm starting at an equity position of 30%, where my loan to value is at 70%, which further secures and is a safe starting point. In case you had to sell, you would usually be able to receive cash at that sale, starting at that loan position of 70%. What you're looking for, what I have, is those excess infill lots of maybe some older subdivisions around your area that never sold or are still for sale by that developer. They're usually able to and want to unload those lots, and for us here in Texas, not pay those property tax and be able to find those excess infill lots especially when they have those utilities. That's one of my criteria, is they have to have water, sewer, and electric. So you're looking for those infill lots. What I would also suggest, and a little tip, is setting up, for me, I've set up a Lowe's Pro account. I think Home Depot might have it and maybe somebody else, but a Lowe's account. And when I'm going out doing my purchases throughout the project, I'm saving up those purchases. Right now, once you exceed $2,000 in purchases, they give you an extra discount, and they shop it on the desk, is what they say, and they're getting around 15% discount off the retail price with Lowe's. So I save up my purchases, and usually I'm able to do that with, with appliances, with fixtures, with door hardware, with toilets. I'm putting those purchases together to hit that $2,000 threshold that Lowe's just set up. It used to be $1,500. I think it was as of this week, it's now $2,000, but I'm able to get there with about 3 times throughout the build. And depending if you're doing multifamily, it might be a lot more. But on this single family build, I've been able to hit that threshold 3 times. And then on top of the normal Lowe's Pro account, I've been able to save usually on average an additional 15% off of that purchase. That's just a little tip that I do that helps create that savings. And throughout the build, I'm able to save well over $1,000 in discount just by hitting those thresholds and getting that additional savings. Number 3, like I said, little repairs. So it's a brand new property, and if you're underwriting this correct, you're saving back money for repairs, maintenance, vacancy, capital expenditures. Well, on older properties, you probably should be starting at that 15% minimum. But with new, you usually get a builder's warranty that first year. And what I typically do is start out saving only at 7%, because there should be very little repairs or maintenance those first couple of years. And what I found is repairs typically start hitting at year 8, 9, and 10, so it allows you time to save up that SWAN account, that sleep well at night account, for that property of that money for those different maintenance items, and they typically don't hit in the early stages, or repair items and capital expenditures for many years once you start from brand new. The 4th thing is getting it rented. And what you know and what I know is we see out in the market, the highest demand properties are the ones that are the brand new. I've been able to get those rented much faster, and when I compete with others, because mine is brand new, I get those renters first, and usually even get a little bit of a premium off rent, up to about $50 is what I've been averaging lately. And then what I also do is a few value engineering pieces to my builds so that it does not look like a stock build. I'll do a few things that maybe add $5,000, $6,000, but in the perception to the renter, it has a lot more value and stands out even among the new builds of the builders that are doing this model and trying to do it as cheap as possible. Tenants value those quality things and that nice custom touches. And I would highly encourage do a few little items. And in one of my videos coming up, I'm going to do the final piece to my series on the latest build. And I'm going to go over all those little value items that I've done. Look at the series. It started several months ago, and I'll be finishing up here soon. But I thought I would share those 4 different items. And in summary, it's higher cash flow because you're purchasing at that 1% rule or better and having that great builder. The second is forced equity. You've been able to build those, I would say on average 15 up to 25% in equity that you start in the position with less cash down. Number 3 is little to no repairs on the early stages and for many years. And 4th, higher demand by the tenants. Till next time, see you later.